Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Tea with Z. My name is Zamel Solanki, and it's an absolute pleasure to be joining each and every one of you again on another episode this morning. And if you haven't gotten your coffee, your tea, whatever it is that you're drinking, go and grab that because we are about to jump into it this morning. And if you are watching, definitely, like always, let's get this energy exchange happening. Some likes, some hearts, and special shout out to those that are doing, like exchanging that energy each and every morning. I'm going to give one special shout out to Jackie this morning, because Jackie, I see, always, giving that energy exchange, and I'm absolutely, truly grateful for that. So, special shout out this morning to Jackie. Thank you so much for your continued engagement and your support with these episodes on Tea with Z. It means the absolute world. And if you want to be like Jackie, an absolute superstar, Jackie is one of our amazing, business owners. Now, she's not in the healthcare industry specifically, but her work obviously helps to improve the health and well-being for her clients, for her customers in her field. And as a result of that, she's joined the Limitless Network because in some way, shape, or form, she values health. And that's what the Limitless Network is all about. Just a community of like-minded people banding together. And I'm sure she won't mind me saying that because she is an absolute rock star. So, Jackie, special shout out. Thank you so much for, show me the love pretty much every morning. So, thank you so much with that. So, like I mentioned, likes, hearts, that would be absolutely awesome because we want to get that energy exchange pumping. And, at the end of the day, we want to make this as interactive as possible as well. So, drop a comment section below because at the end of the day, if and if we can, we'll cover off your comments live on these during this interaction, or I will respond to each and every one of them after. But don't worry, we will address each and every comment. But you've got the opportunity to drop it in the comment section below, or even just say hi. That's because at the end of the day, we want to make this as interactive as possible rather than me just talking to you at the screen. So that's it to do the introduction this morning. Now let's get into today's episode. So as you know, if you haven't heard already, we hit the 100th episode milestone this week, which is really, really exciting. And as we progress through T with Z and as an entrepreneur, it's really important. And we've covered off the teething issues that we've gone through along this journey as well, but also I guess our lessons learned along the way. And what I really wanted to highlight today, and something that's just cropped up recently on my radar, is that when we focus on resilience and focus on grit and determination to push through on things, it's really important that we take stock of the things that we're also doing well, to really identify and deep dive into a process where, when we look at things in a positive light, we're not so consumed and obsessed with the things that we're looking for that might not be working so well. And as a result of, when we start looking for these things, we start associating negative connotations to that. Now, just think about your workplace for a moment, or wherever. Yeah, your workplace. Probably have a job, and if you don't, that's absolutely cool. Think about your family, your friends, your relationships with them. Quite often, we bring things to the surface that we want to look at after something negative has happened. And just take a moment and think about the word feedback. When we go to give feedback or asking permission for feedback, what does that stimulate for you? What sense of feeling does that stimulate for you? Does that stimulate a level of anxiety, a level of fear, a level of worry? And like I mentioned yesterday in my episode with TWC, is I really, really encourage your feedback. And I guess it got me thinking as well. Well, maybe I'm asking the wrong thing, because if you are associating the word feedback with a negative connotation, you might not want to give me negativity. You might want to give me positivity. You might want to give me inputs and insights to help me to improve, or an opportunity to improve. So instead of using the word feedback, how about we change it up a little bit? How about we change it up a little bit? Because at the end of the day, if we don't want to use the word feedback, because if we are associating that negative connotation to that word feedback, well, what do we need to do a little bit differently? Because we use that word quite often in our workplace. We use that word, at the end of the day, quite frequently. And as a result of that, when we look at, I guess, using the word feedback in the hope that we can see that and utilize that as an opportunity to improve, well, then why aren't we just phrasing it like that? If all of a sudden we've got our guard up and we're looking at feedback as, I guess, a negative light, but in the hope that we get insights to help us improve, well, why aren't we using that terminology to phrase it as such? So instead of seeking for feedback today, I'm going to seek opportunities to help us improve and help us to, I guess, grow what we're doing, because at the end of the day, when I started this episode this morning, we started to focus on, well, what are the things that we're doing well? What are the things that we're doing well? And not just the negative things. And so if there's the opportunity to improve, it's not just also in the negative light. It's also in the positive light, because if there is something that we're doing quite well within our organization, well, where are the opportunities to improve that even more, so that we don't become complacent, so that we don't become, I guess, the status. And I was just chatting about some industry standards that get set within different industries. And and some organizations have a massive role in setting these standards, because if you are seen as a pioneer or a leader within your industry, you have the credibility to set the standards that that industry upholds to. But then, as a result of that, the industry that sets the standards, or the person that sets the standards, can have the complacency to then not improve, to not reinvent themselves, to not seek and explore the opportunities to level up. And when you look at that within your own business, well, what are the things that you're doing really well? What are the things that you're doing really well, and where are the opportunities to improve them? Where are the opportunities to really step it up and to improve it? Because, like I mentioned, we focus so much on that negative aspect, but where are the opportunities from the things that we are doing well? How can we do them better? How can we even step up the standards that we've set for ourselves? And if you are a leader in your industry, for the industry that you're in, and for even industries that you're not in, because the best inspirations that we take for our own business, and what I've done in the past, is from other industries. And so the way in which we can adapt and utilize that knowledge of things that get done really amazingly, if we're adapting that from other industries, or even other businesses, or even other competitors, but if ourselves, we aren't constantly raising the bar and looking for ways to level up, then very quickly those other people that are utilizing that information and looking at how they can do it better will very quickly exceed your own standards. And so that's what I'm sort of wanted to touch on with today is, T with Z's come a long way, and we're continuing that theme of, we've hit this 100th milestone. But along the way, what have we done to explore what we're doing well, and how we can improve on that? And the things that we've done is using the CB process, looking at what our objectives are, what our goals are, and really exploring how we can improve on what we're doing. If we're hitting our objective, then why did we hit our objective? And what can we do differently to make sure that we continually hit it or even raise the standard for next time? And so my question for you today is, where in your business, where in your life are you doing things that you perceive to be pretty good? And how can you now level it up? How can you now level it up to ensure that you are always at the peak and that your competitors out there aren't taking your ideas and leveling it up before you? So that's my question for you today. That's my question for you today. What are you doing amazingly in your business? And how are you reviewing and refining that to really start to level up? Exploring the opportunities to do that. And like I mentioned, at the end of the day, I would love to get your insights into your mind to see how we can level this up. We can level this up because at the end of the day, like I said, this is all about creating a level of connection and also creating a community. And then the community is the Limitless Network. The Limitless Network is a group of like-minded people who value health in any way, shape, or form. Now, if you haven't picked up that reference, why we've called it the Limitless Network, well, it's based off that movie featuring Bradley Cooper. It's called Limitless, and essentially you take this pill, a pharmaceutical pill, and of course, being in the healthcare industry, what better reference? But this pill helps to unlock your limitless potential. But we don't have such a pill. So what can we do to empower what can we do to empower not only ourselves, but each other to become truly limitless? Because the human mind and the human body are capable of amazing things. We just need to tap into it. And so by exploring what we're doing well, we can then elevate. We can then step up. So I really look forward to reading your comments in the comment section below and getting your not feedback, because we're not, at the end of the day, if you're associating a negative, reference to the word feedback, if you're getting anxious, if I'm asking you, hey, do you mind if I give you feedback? That make you feel? No, I'm asking you for your insights to help us explore and leverage the opportunities to level up. So that's it from me today. Yeah, food for thought. Food for thought. We don't want to stay in the negative. We also want to, of course, we don't want to then have that element of toxic positivity where we just focus on the positive, we ignore the negative, and we just keep shoving it down. No, the negative helps us to explore opportunities as well. But also don't forget the positive. So that's it from me today. And if you haven't joined the Limitless Network yet, tomorrow we deep dive into an exclusive topic continuing on from this theme this week. So make sure you do. The details are in the description box below. And I look forward to catching you exclusively in the Limitless Network tomorrow. Bye for now.